Welcome to Aaron Plays. In this episode we will be continuing the Battle of Hanau. We have so far done the French first turn. We are now moving into the coalition's first turn. As mentioned in prior videos or episodes, I am playing this semi-co-op. I am playing the French fully. I have an opponent who's playing the coalition forces remotely. In other words, he's given me instructions on how roughly he wants his pieces to be moved. I'll be moving them according to those instructions, though I'll be moving them tactically, as in the individual units, their movement points and such forth, to the best of my ability. Okay, so beginning the turn, both forces check their army morale levels. Now, at present, there's not enough losses on either side, but I will go through the step procedure required. In this particular scenario, the army morale level for the French is 70, and for the coalition 60. That's in steps and losses. Once those totals are exceeded, the army becomes demoralised. When the army becomes demoralised, every unit will take a morale check with a -1 modifier. It's a one-time thing, and any units that pass can carry on the fight. Any ones that fail have to become disorganised and must retreat towards the lines of communication. That morale can be recovered as in the normal sequence. The way this total is determined is each step loss currently on the roster, and each current counts as 1 point, and each current disorganised unit counts as 1 point. So at present, bringing over the roster sheets, this is the roster sheet that comes in the game. Okay, I'm recording the losses on the charts here. The coalition have suffered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then they've got 2 units disorganised on the field, so that takes their army level to 8. The French have taken no actual losses as yet. The one that I made an error on, which was the artillery shot from here, I have subsequently removed, as mentioned in the previous video, and that was because of the angle of fire from here to here. I miscalculated. The other error that I'd made, which I've subsequently corrected, was on Lamont here. He should have taken a leader loss check, because 2 step losses were done on a unit within his stack, and when I spoke to my opponent, he mentioned it, and I asked him to make a roll, which he subsequently passed. He did not suffer a loss. So both armies pass the army check, and now the coalition must check for command status. So their army commander here, Wrede, has to be within 10 hexes of each of his formation commanders, which it looks like he is. Yes. And then each of those commanders must have all their units within 6 hexes of them, which again, it looks fine. So command check status is okay. Okay, I received instructions from my opponent, which I'm working my way through. So I'm going to read them to you guys and see what you think, as I try to follow what I've been asked to do. So, General Spallini, which is this gentleman here, okay, who's in charge of the left wing, which is all these over here. Okay, move the horse battery south across the stream. Well, he hasn't defined. There's 2 streams. There's a stream here and a stream here. So I'm taking it, and south is obviously this way. So, and this is a river. So I'm assuming it's this stream here. So I'm going to place it approximately here. And I'm going to show that there. So somewhere along this line here. Now this is the horse battery. So I can get there. That's not a problem. Then he says orientate the foot batteries to the northeast. Well, the northeast is that way, so I'm assuming looking towards that direction. And keep the cavalry tucked in tight on both flanks. Okay, there's cavalry here and here, so protecting the gun line. That makes fine. Okay, Generals Lamotte and Beckers. So there's Lamotte and there's Beckers. Okay, rearward march 250 metres away from the Grand Battery, so that's moving backwards this way. And extend the line to the left, that way, to the cover of the road. Limber the guns on the left flank, over here, and have them pull back as their firepower will be easily outclassed, yes. Make full use of the best line formations to cover the front, and the second rank should be the lower firepower. Okay, that sounds fair enough. And a general backwards motion over here, covering the road. And order Tremenkis Cossacks to withdraw across the bridge to Hanau. Tremenkis Cossacks, which I presume will be. Is this that unit over here? That's Ulahans. So it must be this one. Ah, yes. Okay. So that particular unit to withdraw across the bridge to Hanau. Of course, withdraw across the bridge to Hanau. I don't see a bridge here. No, there are bridges over here, so assuming a move over here, though he could move as one movement to here. So I'll see that as I go through the movement. The main thing I was checking at this point, because we're in the cavalry charge declaration, was there any offensive move from the coalition cavalry, which there does not look or appear to be. Okay, so we're into regular movement for the coalition. Okay, so we will begin with the movement of this wing over here. And one objective was this horse battery, so it costs 2 to limber. When you limber a battery, you can give it any facing that you require. So that will cost it 2 movement points, 3, 4, 5. Any facing changes 60 degrees whilst in that formation is free, so it's still 5. 6, again, free facing change. 7. Okay, hasn't got enough to unlimber. So I'm wondering if that's not quite what he had in mind. So let's just take that back, which would be 2, 3, 4. Crossing the stream could be very expensive in movement points. 4. Crossing the stream for the artillery, that's +3. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't see that as being what he's after either, so I will take it across here, and it's currently unlimbered. Sorry, currently limbered. Alright, the next instruction was these batteries here. Now their movement is actually quite slow. The movement is only 4, so costing them 2 movement points to limber and 2 movement points to unlimber, they can't actually do both in the same turn, whereas the French foot batteries, their movement potential is 5, giving them a lot more tactical flexibility. So again, following his instructions, facing these northeast, and then I'll be bringing the cavalry around to protect their flanks. Okay, make sure I don't go overstack here. Yeah, that is overstacking. Okay, stacking limit is 7 for cavalry, and currently each of these regiments has 4 stacking in each. And again, guns and cavalry may not stack together. And to keep the overall, yeah, I think there might be a slight pullback here because this whole infantry line is put in black. So pull these back away a little bit from the ferocity of those guns. Okay, he has one disordered unit over here. I'm going to keep it all within the same area, so I'm going to move these back towards the line of communication of Frankfurt. 1, 2. So disordered units can move just the same as normal units, as long as they move towards the line of communication. Now there's currently two, one over at the north, the map board, and one over to Frankfurt. When they were forced to retreat, I retreated them back towards the nearest one. However, now that they can move, I'm moving them towards to be in line with the rest of their formation. There is some Uhlans over at the north here, and again I'm going to bring them to support the guns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's a disordered infantry unit over here. I had no instructions for him, so I'm going to move him infantry in forest. These 2, 4, moving again towards the general consensus of lines over here. And the Cossacks ordered to make his Cossacks to withdraw across the bridge to Hanau. Okay, so going the long way around. There's no other bridge along here apart from over here. I can't see why. I can't see any other bridge other than these ones. So as it takes a whole turn to do so, which they're allowed to do so, I'll have them across there. Across there. There we go. With that facing. So that will conclude that formation. None of the units expended more than half their movement points other than the left wing, the artillery. That means that they accumulate no fatigue for that move. Now moving on to these guys. 250 meters back. Okay. The ground scale is 1 hex equals to 250 meters, so effectively 1 hex back. And infantry can do so, kind of step backwards, though it does cost an extra movement point. Considering these guys have only got 3 movement points in total, moving back will cost them pretty much everything, well, just shy of everything they have. He did also say, limber the guns on the left flank of the line and have them pull back. Now this battery is a foot battery, so again, limbering, he won't be able to unlimber in the same turn. So, and he wants them to pull back. So 2 points to limber. And I'll pull them back to here, because they can check any facing. No, we'll take them back to there for 3. Okay, these guys are in column and they're going to fall back, and he said extend the line to the left. So falling back here and then changing. So could they have done that any other way to get the line actually onto the road? So if they were in that formation, that will be free facing change. 1. No. That would be a second. That will actually cost them movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to that. Yes, they can. Okay. So that means he would then be able to be in there. And these guys can fall back to there. It's 3, 6, 7, 8 from the guns. These guys can maintain their voltigeurs. the men in the town, they've got all round facing, so they can step out and then change into line here. No specific instructions were given regarding the village here, so I'm assuming he will still want to garrison it. Okay, there's a gun battery there. Okay, so there's another battery here. Again with 4 movement points. So 2, 3, 4, it can pull back to 2, 3, 4 to there. Move these guys into the town, which then puts them to general order. Actually, that one will go 2, 4 to there. That will go to there. These guys across the river cannot move. Okay, so Lamasot put there, and Becker's will put there. Yeah, on the first turn, the guys across the river aren't allowed to move. And again, we will extend the voltigeurs as such. Each line battalion can output a voltigeur to the front. Okay, I think that concludes the coalition move. The formations here will accumulate fatigue, because they definitely spent over half their movement value. Do so. So I will put 1 fatigue, there is one there, next to number set, and 1 fatigue next to Becker's commands. Right, which then moves us into the defensive fire for the French. Okay, so there's no fire over this side here, but starting with the batteries over here, so I'm reversing my angle of fire from last time. So this one has got a target here. Yeah, and this battery is a battery strength of 6, so that'd be 6, 5, 4, 3 into there. 6, 5, 4, 3 into there. And yeah, I'm going to combine these two batteries, so he's got 7, so he'd be 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay, so 4, but and the voltigeurs takes 1 off, so that's 3 from this battery, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 from this battery, so total strength from those two of 5. Okay, 5 fire strength, requiring at least a 3 for a hit. That is a miss. Okay, this battery here, firing down this line, so that's 7, 6, 5, 4, minus 1 for the voltigeurs is 3. 3 requires a 4 for a hit. Again, a miss. Damp ammo? Who knows? Right, this battery here will fire on this one here. 2, 3. That's right. 6, 5, 4. 4 requiring a 4 to hit. Rolls a 5, so that's a loss. and that's a loss on the 15th Infantry. Okay. Oh, that is actually their final step. They have just been eliminated. Okay, so that's that battery fired there. This battery has got an angle of fire onto these, and will do so. So it's 6, 5, 4. Four firepower, rolls a 3. That's a morale check. It's not a hit, it's a morale check. Their morale is 8, which they pass. No effect then. This battery, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. 2 firepower, needs a 5 or a 6 for a hit. That's a 1. Okay, not very effective fire from the French this time round. Okay. Now it's the offensive fire from the coalition. Starting from over here, nothing, till we get some gun batteries here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and now there's gun can fire into there. So that would be 5, 4, 3, and this battery 5, 4, 3, 2. So 2 plus 3, that's a fire value of 5 from those 2 guns. 5 requires a 3 to cause a hit. I'm putting the wrong dice in, so yeah, it's the white dice, it's coalition of firing. That is a hit. Yes. So on the 31st Infantry. Okay, morale check time. Let's test it on the morale of the lead unit in the stack. And their morale is an 11. No problem. Okay. That's those 2 guns fired. Nothing here capable of firing. These guns have limbered. So that was the offensive fire. Next is the melee phase. There is none. The rally phase. These guys cannot rally until at least turn 3. So there's no rallying. And fatigue. Well, they gain no additional fatigue. So that would then end their turn. So that concludes the coalition's game turn 1, and therefore the overall game turn 1 has been completed. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and any comments will be much appreciated. Thank you for watching. Till next time.